Hey, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com and Bitdefender's small business ambassador. I hope your day is blessed and well. We have a lot in store for you today. Well, not a lot in store for you today. What we have in store for you today is going to be amazing, whether it's a lot and a little. And I'm glad you're here in today's Rundown with Ramon. Gene Marks, an amazing tech and business influencer for many, many years. I've been on stage with him a few times. Talks about want to increase sales, start with this report. I'm going to talk about the robot that's coming to live with you. It's still part human. From the Wall Street Journal, Neo talks about a housekeeper type robot. Some insights from Seth Godin talk about scams at sales. I'm going to dive into something that's very important. I'm often asked, Ramon, how do I make an impact in a room full of strangers? How do I get to know people better? How do I network better? We're going to talk about that and more. So again, welcome to this edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. And one thing I want to ask you, one thing I want to let you know. When you go home at night, you lock the door of your house. Lock, lock. When you leave your car, you lock your car. Boop, boop. But my question of the day is your business secure? Phishing is a real thing. Malware is a real thing. Ransomware is a real thing. Hackers wanting to steal your credit card information or personally identifiable information. These are real things. And I encourage you today, if you're not secure, if you're not sure if you're secure, get solutions from Bitdefender. Check out bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon. Go there right now and check out what Bitdefender has for you. And I want you to check out this 39-second message from my friends at Bitdefender.
It starts with something small. An email, a phone call, a fake invoice. It looks real. It sounds urgent. One wrong move, and your business pays the price. Small businesses are easy targets for cyber criminals. With Bitdefender, they lose every time. Enjoy unstoppable security and real peace of mind so you can fight for success, not against cyber threats. Real-time protection, zero stress. Get Bitdefender today.
All right. I had a freeze there moment. I'm like waiting for the video to go away by itself, and it didn't. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm excited because the show is growing. When I look at the stats on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and clips across social, it is growing. Iana, it's so good to see you here. Iana from the musical web is here today. My future and soon to be piano teacher, waiting for me to get my piano, which is in an undisclosed location nearby. Have to work through my daughter and things to get my own piano. Iana, I hope you're well today and blessed. So I want to dive into this subject and talk about really how do we make a better impact? How do we talk to strangers when we're in a room? I talked about some of this earlier, but recently I was at an event and I shared my business cards with some of the people and they were impressed by it. And they were like, oh my God. And that may be a little bit part of it. Do you have a what do you call it? A talking point, a conversation starter, and you may not have cool business cards like me with your face on 3 or 4 or 5 different versions of the cards, but that helps. But I wanted to share today with a few ways that you can connect with strangers, a few ways you can make a better impact, a few ways you can dive into the circle of conversation, as it were. So let me go through a few points. One, it helps to have a smile. I'm not saying you have to have one. Maybe your resting face is not smiling. Maybe it's more dour or something. But having a smile is important because it's warm. People like a smile. It says, I'm non-threatening. In fact, welcome me. I'm open. Look at the smile on those people's faces, the showing of the teeth. This is what we do as humans, how God made us. So a smile helps as you're looking to how do you connect with strangers. Number one, do you have a smile? Are you welcoming as you go and to approach a stranger as they see you far off? Number two, what is your brief opening about yourself? As you open your mouth first, what are you saying? Do you sound like a narcissist? Do you sound like somebody who's evil? Do you sound like a thief? Do you sound like somebody who's not trustworthy? Or do you sound welcoming? Are the first few words out of your mouth something that endears you to the group, even if it's briefly, something that makes them want to open up and be with you more, even if it's just briefly, something that gets their attention? So, brief opening about yourself. Hey, my name is Ramon Ray. It's great to be here at this event. One of my friends, I'm here because my friend invited me here. What brings you here? It could be something simple like that, a conversation starter. As you're thinking of introducing yourself, you may want to have one thing that's personal about you. Hey, good to be here. My name is Ramon. I've been married 31 years. I have 2 adult children. In fact, one of my kids lives in Budapest, Hungary. And by the way, what I do for a living, I'm a motivational keynote speaker, and I'm a brand ambassador for the best brands in the world, representing them and helping them reach entrepreneurs and small business owners. That's a nice little introduction. It's short, sweet, to the point, really compact. Little fun fact in there, something about me personally, and then about my business, giving them room, giving them a platform, giving them permission, giving them the opening to share back with me. And then the other point is that now invite them to share. Now, normally people will do this automatically when you pause. But if they don't, invite them then to share something with you. And by the way, who are you? By the way, what brings you here? By the way, what can you share with me about you? Asking good questions matters. Asking good questions can help. Asking what their goals are, asking what their needs are. What brings you here today? By the way, who are you looking to connect to? This was teased to me many years ago by my friend Adrian Miller. Who are you looking to connect to? Maybe I don't have a job for you. Maybe I can't buy from you, but I may know somebody who needs you. I may know somebody who I can connect you with. And that's part of networking as well. Who can I connect you with? Maybe I don't have the direct solution for you, but I bet I know somebody who might. As you see people around in the conversation circle, you see people around you, why not invite others into the conversation to speak with you? Don't hog the conversation. Don't hog one person, but make the circle open after you get your bit out, after you make some connections to the others. Can you invite others into the conversation? And you don't want to hog the entire space. I hope this is helpful for you. This is a little opening to how do you make a bigger impact? I go on stages around the world. Yes, biggest stages around the world. But oftentimes, you know where my stage is? Oftentimes, my stage is an Uber. Oftentimes, my stage is an airplane seat. Oftentimes, my whole stage is a hotel lobby. Oftentimes, my stage is just walking on a block. Oftentimes, my stage is just at a small event where nobody may know me. You can make an impact everywhere you are, but it's how you do it, how you start off. That can make all the difference. So my challenge for you today is, how are you making an impact? How are you starting off? How are you introducing yourself when you're with a circle of people, or how are you not? This is how you expand the circle, and this is how you make a bigger impact. This is how you introduce yourself to strangers. My name is Ramon Ray. This has been The Rundown with Ramon. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, leave a comment and let me know one thing. Are you good at breaking into circles of people? Or are you not good at that? And breaking in may be a strong word, more so introducing yourself. Let me know what you think about this. If you like networking, do me a favor, type network in the chat and put network. If you don't like networking too much, you kind of woo, then do me a favor and put no network. I'd love to know who's who, whether you're watching this live or watching this on demand. Welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Seth Godin had some interesting insight in his latest blog, in his latest email, and he talks about scams at scale. And I want to touch on this because I think it's very important, breaks into this aspect of when everything is technologically run, when I'm seeing so much AI generated content, not even talking about the stuff people are typing, but everybody's having fun with videos and Sora. I get it, but it's becoming too much. That's all people are posting. But Seth Godin says this: the first things human invented before fire, the wheel, or baked brie was trust. Trust the others in the village, trusting that you could get a good night's sleep, trusting that what you heard was true. This aspect of trust is so important. So, of course, we've expanded the village, Seth Godin says, from 20 people to billions of people. We talk about anchors and news hosts like Walker Cronkite and others back in the day, effective because millions of people trusted him and he earned the trust. And as the media become more powerful and fragmented, that contract began to erode. It wasn't just your 1 or 2 or 3 anchors at main stations, ABC, CBS, NBC. It was beyond that. We've created methods of exchange and interactions that were unimaginable just a generation ago. And Seth Godin goes on and says, at the same time that we've expanded our circles of trust, we've pushed to make many of them digital. Interactions by email and Zoom, we know this, documents that are written and certified by unseen intermediaries, stories and images that feel real and local, but might be neither one. This only works because we've applied our same 20-person trust instincts to each of these interactions billions of times around the world. This is why. So this is important to understand about trust. Now, aided by AI, Seth Godin says, the thieves and scammers are now relentlessly working to hack the basic human instinct. They are stealing more than money. This is essential to understand, and Seth Godin brings us to a point all about trust. And I encourage you today, as you're working with customers, as you're working with prospects, as you're working with the people in your world, do not lose their trust. That email might not be from the person you think it's from. And that online recruiter or the text you just got, it might not be worthy of the benefit of the doubt. It might not be who you think it is. Even phone calls from people who aren't who they say they are. AI bots with familiar voices and plenty of specific knowledge. AI bots can impersonate everybody. Like all things amplified by computer chips in the network, this one is going to accelerate very quickly the breaking down of trust. People are going to be deceived, victimized, and ripped off. And the sort of intimacy that marketers and institutions counted on will erode fairly quickly. It's not just little kids who are wearing costumes. Seth Godin wrote this in time of Halloween. If someone in a clown mask walks into a bank, the teller has no question. It's something going on. There's a robbery. That's clear. AI doesn't allow that with us, ladies and gentlemen. And this is important to understand. The short-term response is what to change our bias about digital reactions. When in doubt, be more human. When in doubt, take your time. When in doubt, ask somebody else to double check. Yes. But in the long run, says Seth Godin, and this is essential, I think we're going to see our circles of trust shrinking, sadly. That's sad. It's going to fracture networks we've been counting on for a long time. And it's going to be confusing since false will be shifting. Marketers will discover the cost of this, but it's individuals that would have to rebuild what they think of as a community. Watch out for tricks all year around. Wow, that was deep from Seth Godin talking about the power of trust. This is essential. My name is Ramon Ray, everybody. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Alexandria Nicole, thanks for being here. The Rundown with Ramon. Always appreciate you showing up. Thanks for being here. Hope it's a value to you. Trust is essential. And as Seth Godin talks about, once we break that, it's hard to regain it. Have you been in a situation ever when somebody has broken your trust? If you have, type broken in the chat. I'm curious. Maybe you've gone through life and nobody's broken your trust, but I've been in situations where trust has been broken. Thankfully, not a lot, not deeply, but I've been in that. Hey, JC Height, good to see you here. Can't wait to see you at the Scalability event coming up in April. It's going to be amazing in Arkansas. Here I'm on Restream, my friend. Love it. I was on StreamYard for a bit, but I was on Restream after StreamYard kind of just wasn't working or something happened to it. And I'm like, oop, I just switched. One day I got on and I couldn't stream. So I put my credit card up and switched over, problem solved in seconds. Good to see you here. JC Height, get to know Alexandria, get to know I Am of the Musical Web. So trust is important. And I hope it's something we never, ever break. Ding, 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 ding. I want to move on to something else here. I saw this in the Wall Street Journal, a humanoid robot. Now, this has been going on for some time. There are robots that you can kind of jack onto your countertop, I guess, put them on there. They're a little heavy, and they can do one task over and over again, folding clothes and all that. However, the Wall Street Journal showcased this robot here that was moving. It was like the robots you see in movies, horror movies or Jetsons movies. It was moving around, and it was taking, for example, a cup from the disher, from the sink, turning around, opening it up, and putting it in the dishwasher. It was bringing the reporter a cup of water. It was able to do X, Y, Z. Now, this particular robot, it was managed by somebody who had virtual reality glasses on to see through the robot's eyes, I guess, and it was moving the robot. So it wasn't a robot moving with full AI. It was a human behind here doing it. But here's why. Just like probably Waymo and other things, the robots were training the humans the humans running the robots. We're training the robots how to act in a human space. So Amazon robots, they're doing very simple things. Go down this thing, go low, go under a pallet, lift the pallet up and move here. That's a very specific task you can do. And the robots are heavy and meant to lift hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So that's a different type of robot. Or you have a robot that's a tank on wheels, going left, going right, going here, going there, autonomous, moving. We know that, right? Through a war zone and shooting. But often that is managed by a human. But when you have a robot in a house, it's a little different. The dexterity needed, they were saying, to pick up an egg, dexterity needed to wash dishes. You can't have the robot be so strong because then it has to have more heaviness. You don't want a robot that's 400 pounds. What if it falls over, something happens? That can harm you. So this yin and the yang, but it's interesting to see this robot in action, clumsily trying to close a dishwasher. It wasn't perfect the first time, but here's the thing, JC. Here's the thing, Alexandria. Here's the thing, Ayanna. It's coming. Right now, the humans are training the robot how to act, how to move. And in 5 years, in 2 years, whatever it is, it's going to get better and better. But interesting article talking about the motors in the robot had to be lighter. The motors in the robot had to be specially made. Actually, they were like tendons, just like we have similar to our hands. So these are not 500-pound, 3,000-pound, Iron Man robots. Those are way too heavy. You don't need armor on them. They don't have to fire lasers. They don't have to have the jet propulsion system, and battery pack is heavy and all these things, but they have to make them to adapt to a household. You don't want the robot, being heavy. So very interesting. And my question to you is, do you think you'll have a robot in your home? If you think you're going to have a robot in your home one day and you'd welcome it, put robot in the chat. I'm curious, is a robot for you or not? My name is Ramon Ray, everybody, and this is The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. My friend, Gene Marks, we haven't talked in years and years. So I say my friend, my business friend there. He says, want to increase sales, start with this weekly report. Gene Marks says this: a disciplined weekly reviewed pipeline report gives business owners a clear data-driven view of future revenue and potential shortfalls. By tracking, weighing, and analyzing every sales opportunity, companies can focus efforts, improve performance, and consistently drive higher sales. So pipeline reports matter to understand the money that you have coming in, the money that will come in, and the money that has come in. Pipeline reports are important. What the report reveals, a strong pipeline report shows all potential revenue opportunities in play. Every quote, bid, proposal, and estimate. This is important. So he says to build a strong pipeline report, start with the basics. List every active opportunity with the company name, contact description, estimated value, date created, expected close date, and the salesperson or manager responsible for it. Don't limit this to new prospects, including existing customers if they're likely to buy more. Next, assign a probability to each opportunity. Keep it simple. In my company, we give unquoted opportunities a 10% chance of closing. Once a quote goes out, that jumps to 50%. If it's been sitting for more than 30 days with no movement, we lower it to 25. So this understanding is the pipeline to know what opportunities are in your business. This is how you run a sustainable business, because if you don't have a business. Well, you have a business, but it's not going to be sustainable. And this is the power of CRM. If you're looking to grow your business, looking to take your business to the next level, you need to ask yourself, do I know the stats? Do I know the data behind it? Welcome to The Rundown with Ramon. Alexandria says, if the robot cooks, washes, puts away clothes, and cleans, I'm sold. Alexandria, that robot is not far away. That robot, in fact, is here. The testing robot that I mentioned with the Wall Street Journal. Check it out. It's 1X Neo, N-E-O. Check it out, Alexandria. That could be a robot for you. And this early test, though, it's run by a human. So you got to be comfortable having a human with virtual reality glasses controlling the robot. That's the payoff. Until it's trained, it can operate on its own. JC Height says, yes. I'll take a robot. I love it. Craig, Rosie, the robot. Looks like we have people here in this group that are open to having a robot. I love it. Listen, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I got a busy week. I'll be in Nashville at an amazing event called the Big Exit private equity event, talking about how they can get the companies they're investing in to take the big exit with one of my clients. I'm excited to be there. I'll be doing The Rundown with Ramon, hopefully every day of this week, 6:30 a.m. It'll be on Wednesday from the airport. but I enjoy going live. I enjoy sharing insight, enjoy sharing knowledge to help you live your best life and start and grow your business, and especially with friends. My guy Craig Caruso has been rocking with me for many, many years. Him and his lovely wife Liz, in fact, is my event manager. Craig has been part of her staff many times, so got to know Craig. Recently got to know JC Height through an amazing referral. That's amazing. And JC Height is an amazing event that he's going to be doing up called Scale with Stability. I'll be hosting that. Scale with Stability. JC Height's an amazing human, so check what he's doing out next year. Alexandria Nicole, of course, her and I have got to know each other over the past few months or years, maybe it's been. She's an amazing business coach and more. So you want to check out what Alexandria Nicole is doing. And again, shout out to Ayanna, who I got to know over the last several months, and more importantly, the last several weeks, who I can't wait to be her. She's going to be my teacher, teaching me piano and more. So this is the Rundown with Ramon. I'm wishing you a beautiful and blessed day. Make an impact in the world. Make a difference in the world. And do what you can to make the world a better place. We need more people who are warriors of positivity, warriors of goodness, warriors of niceness, warriors of a smile. We have too many people doing some cray-cray things. We don't need a lot of those people. We need more people doing amazing things. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Have an amazing day, and thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you so much for listening on the podcast. Share it out. Let me know you're listening and you hear the sound of my voice on the podcast, whether it's iTunes or whether it's Spotify or another platform. Let me know. Love you. In fact, if you do that and you're on the podcast, I'll send you a copy of my book, Celebrity CEO. If you're watching this on the replay and it's not live, but you're watching it on the replay, let me know. Would love to hear you on the replay. I'd love to know that you're listening to the replay. Send me an email, send me a note, and put replay. Love to know you're listening to the replay, to the on-demand version. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Have a great day. Make an impact, a positive impact. That's a wrap. Take care. See you tomorrow. Thanks. You're welcome, Alexandria. Thank you, Alexandria. I got to put that on the screen. Thank you. You have a blessed day too, my friend. Amen to that. Let's go. Come on now.